Good day and welcome to our class. Our lesson for today is the greatest common factor. Let us consider this scenario. Nicholas has two boxes of dried fish weighing 20 kilograms and 25 kilograms for reselling. He repacked it evenly with the largest weight possible. How many kilograms did each pack of dried fish contain? So, how can we solve this problem? Okay, we can solve this one using the concept of the greatest common factor, or what we call this as GCF. If we say GCF, or greatest common factor, this is the largest number or the largest factor that can divide a set of numbers. So let's start with the first method. We call this one as listing method. In the listing method, we list down all the factors of the given number. So say for instance, we would like to find the greatest common factor of 20 and 25. Let's list down the factors of 20. So we have the following. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. Also, for 25, we have 1, 5, and 25. Okay, the common factors are 1 and 5. Okay, but we are looking for the greatest common factor. So, we simply encircle 5. So, therefore, the greatest common factor is 5. Going back to the question a while ago, so the answer is each pack of dried fish is 5 kilograms. Let's have another example. Find the greatest common factor of 12 and 18. Again, we will list down all the factors of 12. So we have the following numbers or factors. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. For 18, we have the following factors. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. Then we will encircle the greatest common factor, which is actually 6. So therefore, the greatest common factor is 6. Now that you have idea on the listing method, let's move on to the second method. We call this one as prime factorization method. In the prime factorization method, we list down all the prime factors of a given number. Say for instance, find the GCF or the greatest common factor of 20 and 25. So let's list down the prime factors of 20. So we have 2 times 2 times 5. Also, for 25, we have 5 times 5. Take note that the only common factor is 5, so the greatest common factor here is equal to 5. Let's have another example for prime factorization method. So find the greatest common factor of 24 and 36. Again, we will list down all the prime factors of 24. So we have 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. For 36, we have 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. And then we will encircle the common factors. So we have the following. Okay? So take note that for 24 and 36, the common factors are 2, 2, and 3. So we get the product of 2 times 2 times 3. So the greatest common factor is equal to 12. Let's move on to the next example under prime factorization method. So this time we have three numbers. So say for instance, find the greatest common factor of 18, 24, and 30. So again, we will list down all the prime factors of 18. So namely 2 times 3 times 3. For 24, we have 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. For 30, we have 2 times 3 times 5. And then again, we will encircle the common factors. Okay? So therefore, the greatest common factor is simply get the product of the common factors of 2 and 3. So the greatest common factors or the greatest common factor of 18, 24, and 30 is equal to 6. Now that you have idea on listing method and prime factorization method, we will move on now to decomposition method. If we say decomposition method, it is a process of dividing a set of numbers continuously until they are relatively prime. If we say relatively prime, meaning to say there is no number that can divide the set of numbers except 1. So let's have example. Find the greatest common factor of 16 and 24. So we list down 16 and 24 horizontally and divide this by 2. So we will have 8 and 12. And then again, divide 8 and 12 by another prime number, which is 2. So we will resolve 2, 4, and 6. And divide again 4 and 6 by 2. So we come up with 2 and 3. Take note that 2 and 3 are already relatively prime, meaning to say there's no number that can divide them except for 1. So we will encircle the numbers 2, 2, and 2. So our greatest common factor will be the product of 2 times 2 times 2, or is equal to 8. This time, we will look for the greatest common factor of three numbers. Say for instance, find the greatest common factor of 24, 36, and 48. Again, we will list down 24, 36, and 48 horizontally. Then divide this number by a prime number. So, say for instance, we have 2. So the results will be 12, 18, and 24. Again, divide the quotients 12, 18, and 24 by another prime number, which is 2. So the results will be 6, 9, and 12. But then again, 6, 3, and 12 is divisible by a prime number, which is 3. So we have here 2, 3, and 4. Take note that there's no number that can divide all of these numbers 2, 3, and 4. So therefore, we will simply encircle the numbers 2, 2, and 3. So this will be the factors of our greatest common factor. So we have for our greatest common factor, so we have 2 times 2 times 3, which is equal to 12. To summarize our discussion, we have the greatest common factor is the greatest number or the greatest factor that can divide evenly the set of numbers. So we have three ways to determine the greatest common factor. So the first one is the listing method, followed by factorization method, and the third one is the composition method.